Guys, Judge Vunda B. Court is now in session. Judge, this is case number JVB 1030, Armstrong case.
Thank you. You're welcome. You all may be seated. Okay, Mrs. Armstrong?
Yes, Ms. Judge.
Okay, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Well, Miss Tally over here, we decided to have a baby together about 3 years ago. And we got a divorce. And now I just need her to pay some child support.
Okay. Well, you guys are going through a divorce, right?
Well, yes, sorry, we're going through a divorce. I wish it was over already. But I've been paying health care for a long time, ever since the baby was born.
How much is the health care?
It's $111 a month.
Okay.
This baby is 2 years old. We've been together for about 3 years, and I just, that's a lot of money.
All right, everyone, let's dive into another child support case. Mrs. Armstrong wants her ex, Miss Tally, to help support their 2-year-old son, Alex. She's been covering his health insurance and thinks Miss Tally should pitch in financially. But Miss Tally has a different view. She wants more time with Alex, not just to pay money. The judge is listening closely, trying to balance finances and parenting time. This case is shaping up to be an important and fair discussion. Let's see what happens next.
You want her to pay child support?
And I need that money.
Okay, she needs that money. You don't want to pay that money?
No, ma'am. Instead, I want to spend time with this child. She's not allowing me to see my son, Alex, for the last year and a half.
Okay.
I mean, I have an amazing 2-year-old son that I'm being denied access to see. And I do not believe that I should be paying child support. Rather than I should be able to spend time with my son and actively be in his life.
Okay. Is there a reason you have not been allowing her to see Alex?
Yes, ma'am.
Is there a reason for that?
Well, Judge, I feel like time is not money. And,
Well, stop. Hold on. It's not money. But you would agree with me that she is the mother, right?
Yes.
Okay. And would you want for her to deny you access to Alex?
Well, it would be
It's a yes or no?
No.
Okay, then. So, you do not have a reason to not allow her to see her son.
But she doesn't help me take care of my son.
Now, financially, we'll get to that in a moment. She's not going to have a choice if the child is living with you primarily. Is that what's
Correct.
going on?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And how often do you allow her to see him at all?
No.
Okay. Now that's going to change today. You do not have any authority to do that. You do not have it both ways. You can't say, I want her to pay this money, but at the same time, I don't want her to see our son. It doesn't work like that.
Well, once she starts paying me some money, then she can also start seeing the son.
Well, they don't go together.
Okay.
But the possession to a child has nothing to do with paying child support. You do not decide that. You understand? Yes, ma'am. Okay, because in a different court, you could actually be held in contempt for that if you all had a court order and you were denying her access to your son. You understand that, right?
Yes, Judge.
Mrs. Armstrong shares her side of the story. She has been the main caregiver for their son, Alex, and has been paying $111 a month for his health insurance. She's frustrated that Miss Tally hasn't helped with money and wants her to start paying child support. However, she admits that she hasn't allowed Miss Tally to see Alex for the past year and a half. The judge listens carefully, noticing the struggle between financial support and parenting time. Mrs. Armstrong's focus on money over co-parenting raises concerns, and the judge doesn't hesitate to point it out. The tension builds as Miss Tally prepares to share her side.
You'll be able to see your son, but you do understand that you have to pay child support as well.
Absolutely, yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you do not have any objection to paying child support. Okay, so you heard that, right? Okay, all right. So it seems like money is what's important to you, not necessarily her having a relationship with the child. That's right, right?
Yes.
And that's sad. And it's very sad that you admitted it. Okay, so you turned in some tax returns up here. I have your gross at $6,000 a year. And how many children? It's just Alex, right?
It's just one. Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any other children outside of Alex?
No, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So that brings your net down to $4,789.79. for one child, and then you do have to reimburse her health insurance because she's
Absolutely.
been paying it. You're okay with that, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, you don't really have a choice, so okay. Plus the 111 comes out to $1,069 a month.
Okay. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
All right. Do you have any questions about that?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Do you have any questions about that?
No, ma'am, Miss Judge.
Okay. Why do you have this smirk on your face?
Oh, I like those numbers. Judge Rhonda. Judge Rhonda.
Sad. She's not going to have to come back in here and say, you know, she's not letting me see my child or anything like that, is she?
So when she sees the child, do I have
that's
to
a
be
no.
around?
That's a no, because you're not going to do that, right? You're going to let her see the child.
Do I
Yes.
have to be around her when she comes? She has to come pick the child up, like for a weekend?
Yeah, however she picks him up.
Miss Tally speaks up, saying she wants to spend more time with Alex, not just pay child support. She feels that Mrs. Armstrong is using money to control when she can see their son. But the judge quickly steps in, reminding her that child support and parenting time are two separate matters. The judge also warns Mrs. Armstrong that keeping Alex away from Miss Tally could lead to legal trouble. Miss Tally makes it clear that she's willing to help financially, but she also wants to be part of Alex's life. The tension rises as both parents struggle to find a solution.
I mean, you guys have a child, so you should be able to be cordial with each other to some extent. You don't have to necessarily like each other, but
It has
you
to
do
be
need
able
to
to
let her
benefit the
see.
child.
Huh?
It has to be able to benefit the child. I mean, you have to look at Alex's best interest in his life. He needs both of his moms. It's like you can't just deny one.
What's the
I agree
least
with that.
amount of time that I can let her spend with my child?
You know what? We're not going to go there. You're going to let her see him, and that's the end of it. You have your money, right?
Yes.
Okay, then. So do you have any other questions? All right. If there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
As the case comes to an end, the judge highlights the key legal points in Texas. She explains that child support and parenting time are separate issues, and blocking a parent from seeing their child can have serious legal consequences. She also emphasizes the importance of co-parenting and always prioritizing the child's well-being. The judge reminds everyone that court orders must be followed. Ignoring them only hurts the children. The episode closes with a message to viewers. If you know someone going through this, share their story. These cases shape kids' futures. With a mix of tough love and accountability, the judge's final words encourage parents to always put their children first.